The process of retargeting our rigs comes in two parts and requires the additional plugin I mentioned during the installation chapter of this tutorial, Expy Kit. The first part is identifying bones within Expy Kit. The second part is binding to active armature. If you're working with an alternative retargeting tool, you can largely ignore this section. Before you bring in your target, you should first connect to RADiCAL Live and import your RADiCAL rig. To avoid the rig moving around creating a distraction, you can either temporarily disconnect from RADiCAL Live, or you can temporarily freeze it in a T-pose by selecting Rig, Properties, Data tab, Rest Position. As an optional aid, you can also show bone names under the same Properties panel by selecting the viewport display and checking Show Names. Expy Kit allows you to set the bone names for a preset layout, and when connecting the two rigs, the source and the target, the animation and pose data is retargeted. Expy Kit is located next to RADiCAL Live. With the panels open, you will be presented with a list which you can start identifying bones. We don't have to name every bones, just the ones which are most important. The most important bones are the primary limbs, being the arms and legs, as well as the hips, spine and head. Once you're done, save the preset by pressing the plus and naming it something memorable. In the same scene, I'm importing my model which I got from Mixamo. I've only checked 4 boxes during the import. No to animation to remove any animation data from the rig's timeline, and these 3 armature options. As this is a Mixamo rig, it will come pre-formed within Expy Kit. However, if you're bringing in a wholly custom rig, you will have to define the bones like how you did earlier with the RADiCAL rig. The method is the same. Now that all the bones have been identified, we can officially retarget our rigs. You can return the RADiCAL rig to the pose position and take it out of T-pose, or reconnect. Select the source of the data, in this case the RADiCAL rig, and then the target of the data, in this case the Mixamo rig. Change from object mode to pose mode and select a bone from the RADiCAL rig. With the bone selected, right click, Expy Kit Binding and bind to active armatures. In the parameters menu in the bottom left, you can see a retargeting with some further settings. The binding process is reversed for the retargeting path. So, to bind is your target, so the Mixamo rig, and the bind target is your source, so the RADiCAL rig. Moving down, we can uncheck Copy Location and select the Transform Matching as Match Object Transformations. These are the main elements you need to change and get good results with the retargeting. You are free to hide the RADiCAL model and the rig from the scene. If the model is showing signs of breakage or other weirdness within the joints, the issue is likely due to the bone joints attempting to match a location data for an unproportionately sized rig. Ensure that you've unchecked the Copy Locations box during the first time retargeting process, or you can repeat retargeting steps again.